Hi everybody and welcome to my studio. This morning I am feeling dry. I know that I want to create and I'm ready to create, but I just feel dry. My brain is tired. So I've kind of been, looking through the same images all the time as far as working on these pages. And I don't know if I'm just getting a little tired of always looking through that same group of images or what, but let's see, this is going to be day 16. So I've been doing good with keeping up with the 100-day project. I didn't realize that when I first started this that I actually went way over the number of days that I needed to do. So I was able to just kind of relax over the weekend. I did work on other things, but I, by Friday, I was, had pages all the way done through Monday. So I guess I had just gotten so excited that I was finally creating again that I just started doing pages like nobody's business, and I went over. But I'm back on track now as far as being on the right day. And so today's day 16, and I don't have any idea what to do. So sometimes when I feel like this, I start going just through all my images and start pulling things out and just kind of try to piece a page together, which is how this one kind of came around. I had seen this bear and just thought he was kind of funny, and then for some reason I found this bowl and I was like, oh, what if I made the bear sticking out of the bowl? And it just kind of went from there. It's like, well, what can I put with the bear? And it's like, well, winter. And of course, since this spring here in Nebraska, it has been just non-stop snow. Actually, winter and spring have been non-stop snow, and so I just thought it'd be kind of funny to take some of that snow anxiety out on my page. So that's how this one came together. But I think for this side, what I'm going to do is start with the words first. So it's just another thing that I do if I'm wanting to work on something but kind of am stuck. I will either go through my collection of words that I have. I have in my drawer unit with all of my found word, I have a drawer that says ATC, and I just used that because I really didn't know what else to use it for, but it was just kind of like fun words and phrases that I thought would work good on a small piece of art like an ATC or a postcard or something. And so there's just all sorts of kind of more descriptive type sentences that when I read them, I thought, oh, that would be fun to turn into a page. Like, let me see, let me find a good one. Well, this one just says, Rosemary, would you like to pay them a visit? So, I could have a picture of a couple or, two women talking to each other. Just, just kind of sentences like that would be fun to turn into a small piece of art. So I've got this. I think what I'm going to do is just go through this book. I've had this book forever. I got it from a thrift store for $1. And I didn't read it or anything, but it actually has some kind of fun phrases in it that work good for my cards and just for little collages like this. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of flip through here and see if I can find a sentence that just kind of inspires my brain to start working a bit and to start getting creative and to think, oh, that would be fun to turn into a page. So I'm going to start with that, and then what I'll do next is I'll just start going through my images and see if I can find some images to put together to create that page. So I'm just going to start flipping through this. You can see this book has been through a lot. I've just got all sorts of pages that I've cut and torn and saved and whatnot. So I'm going to look through that, and hopefully when I come back I will have something fun that I can turn into a collage page. Okay, so I actually found a lot just on one page. So I just went ahead and cut out a whole bunch of different things, and that way I just kind of have some choices as I'm looking through images. I'll just kind of have these in my mind as I'm looking through things. So what I clipped out is she'd think about something else, not so long as they stuck together, little by little, by symbols and inches, they met for dancing, but ever stronger in its, this one is cut. I need to put this one together. And its determination. So this actually goes on there. To preserve the old ways of life, the days of French champagne and crystal flutes. They would never be defeated no matter what. She had to be strong and beautiful. This one is three separate sentences, but I'm probably going to keep it together because part of the sentence here goes right down there. But she had to be strong and beautiful. She had no time to waste. She'd lost too much of it already. So those are all three that I could use right there. So, you know, as I was just clipping these out, it just kind of, anything that brought some sort of a picture or a story into my mind is what I clipped out. So I actually clipped out a whole lot more than I thought I would, but I'm going to set these over to the side, and then I'm just going to kind of start going through some of my images, and I've got these over here where I can see them, and then as I'm looking through the images, if I find one that kind of that goes with something that I clipped out, I'll set that to the side, and then I'll just kind of start building the collage on top of that. So that is what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to get some images and start flipping through those, and we'll see what happens. So, as I'm cutting these out, I'm telling myself, gosh, I remember whenever I did my first video on this that I was going to do simple collage and not do a lot of fussy cutting, but obviously I've changed my own rules a little bit, and that's okay. But as I was going through the images, I found this one of these cute little kids, of course, that are dancing, which was perfect for the sentence that I had clipped out that said they met for dancing. And as I was also looking through things, I just kind of pulled this out because I thought that it was pretty. And so, you know, why not cut these guys out and put them on here? So, you know, it's just kind of, the great thing about collage is that you can do whatever you want to do. And you can, you know, I sound like Bob Ross here. Okay, let's get crazy. What the heck? Right? It's your own world. You can do whatever you want. So, excuse me, if I want to have my little kids on a picture frame dancing, I'm going to try to put them on this on top of a couple books, then you know what? I can do that because it's my own world and I can do what I want. So I think this is kind of what it's going to be. I don't know how much of this I'll be able to get on there because the pages, you know, are kind of small, so it won't be very wide, but I think I'll be able to get enough of the book cut out that you'll be able to, obviously, you know, be able to see that they're on books. You know, at first I thought I could just kind of do that, which, you know, that might be kind of fun also. Then they're like little miniature people. I don't know. Do you like that better? Gosh, see? I just don't know now. Well, I'm going to cut this out and we'll see. Because if I just do this with this, my brain, I don't know, kind of says that maybe I should have something else. Which, you know, when I'm in doubt and I don't know what else to add, I always gravitate towards adding flowers or adding butterfly wings. So they might look kind of cute. I could turn them into little fairies and give them butterfly wings. So maybe we'll do that. I'm going to cut this out and see what it looks like on the page, get rid of this extra stuff that's not going to work, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I decided to still use the frame. I just like the way it looks better. And I think because it adds some green, and I just like the colors on it. So I went with going with the frame and gave them little wings. I got this butterfly book. It's called Butterflies and Moths Illustrated. It's the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Butterflies and Moths. It is full of beautiful butterfly images, and just the inside and back flap alone has all sorts. So that's where those came from. And yeah, I think I like it. So oh, and then these little boxes. Oh, my daughter, she loves to go to Michael's. And we went to Michael's on Sunday after church, and which Michael's just happens to be right next door to my church. And I found these boxes. Let me zoom out. They were 60% off. This one was $10.99. I think they were 60. They were 60 or 40, but I'm thinking they were 60% off. So just these neat little paper boxes. They're really pretty, and I just kind of wanted something to separate my images out a little bit better, and so that it was easier for me to look through them, because having them in the bags was just, it was kind of cumbersome. And so then I took some of them out and put them in a Pyrex plate, and that kind of helped. Sometimes I need that Pyrex plate to bake. So I thought, you know, I will just kind of go to Michael's and see if I can find anything that might be good for just storing these images, just so that I have easy access to them for these next few days. Because that's the other thing that's been helping me a lot, is I have everything that I need just right out here on my table all the time. So I don't have to keep on getting things out, and it's just been very helpful. So I got this small one, and then I got this larger one, which is quite a bit bigger, and they actually even had one that was bigger than this. And I really like them. They are big. They're thick. They're pretty thick. So I think this was probably, as I am home now and thinking about my purchase and having buyer's remorse, I think that I probably could have found something different that might have worked without taking up as much space. But you know what? These are really pretty, and I just kind of like having these in a pretty box. So this bigger one, oops, they had several different little patterns. This bigger one was $12.99. So I really got a good deal on all three of them. This one I just have the way smaller images, and like I've said before, almost all of these that I've been going through, I went through a big magazine purge a couple months ago. I had a stack of Flow magazines and of Daphne's Diary, and I went through and just cut out all sorts of things. So that's actually where that is where all of these images have come from, is Flow and Daphne's Diary. And the same with this. So this is just the bigger images. And I just like having the small and the big separated, because that way the small ones just don't get all lost in with the big ones. Which, just doing this is completely different than I usually do my collage, because all of my other collage elements are organized by topic. So I have people and faces. I have bling, like jewelry and watches, and then just other objects. I'm turning and looking at my drawers. I have animals and insects, indoors and outdoors, flowers, backgrounds, and vintage. So, and the background ones are just any images that I thought would be neat to just kind of use as the background on a page. And those are all sorted by color. So I'm really obsessive about having my collage things just totally organized, and that way it just makes it a lot easier for me to find things. But for this, I thought, you know, it would just be nice to have everything tossed in a box, and I'll just kind of go through it and pull things out as they inspire me. So this is all Flo and Daphne's diary. And then in this one, I have just some of my favorite images. And a lot of these are ones that I know I will use in this journal, which I just kind of have stuff like this. So just kind of more personal to me pictures that I know I would like to use in this journal. That's what's in here. Or even just kind of like in my planner, my bullet journal, things like that. So that's what is in here. And there's just a variety from all sorts of magazines. I have some old pictures. There's several in here from Bella Grace. And then a whole lot of Flo and Daphne's diary. So, yeah, so that's kind of what that is. Once again, they're really pretty, but having all three of them kind of stacked up. I think the problem is that right now I just don't know where to put them, and I don't want to take over the space over in the corner of my table that I had finally cleared out for my daughters. So, so yeah, that's what those are. And there's this page again, and I hope that you enjoyed this one a little bit, this video. I know it's a lot longer than what the past ones have. It's been kind of nice doing just these single pages because they usually kind of go pretty quickly as far as putting them together. But since, like I said, I was just kind of feeling dry and just had no idea what to do whatsoever, I thought I would just kind of share with you my process that I have kind of figured out how to use that works for myself, just to kind of get started on some of these pages. Because, and actually that's how a lot of these start out. I just kind of start looking through things, and they either could start out with an image that I like or with a phrase that I like. This one here, which it says, "At the edge of the forest," this was already clipped out, and I didn't really kind of know what to do, and I just started from that. So I just started going through my boxes with my images and found these that I thought would work just really good with what this phrase, kind of the story that it told, that it inspired in my head. So I hope you all are doing well, and I hope that you're enjoying these videos. I am enjoying making these pages a lot. It feels so good to be creating again, and like I said, I don't know if I'll make it the 100 days, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't, because right now I'm making and creating more than I have all in the past 12 months. So so yeah, I hope that you guys are doing good and have a great week, and thanks so much. Bye-bye.